Hi guys, welcome back to Rad's Retreat, the wood turning section of my YouTube channel. And now then, any of you know what this is? If that's in focus. Doesn't have a point on, it's just basically a bar, a steel bar. Any of you? I'll give you a tip, it's for scrapers. No? You know it? Yeah? No? I'll put you out of misery. Basically, it's what's called a ticketer. For them that don't know, sometimes on scrapers, it's more used for cabinet scrapers. But you would sharpen your cabinet scraper, or your normal, wood turning scraper, which creates a small burr. You would then use an abrasive, a file or whatever, a slipstone to get rid of that small hook burr. You would then use this tool, and this tool is made out of an extremely hard steel. It's not a tough steel because it's very it would shatter quite easily, but it's very, very hard. You would then, hang on, this is going to be difficult, so I'll just try and hopefully show you. Hang on, bear with me. Right guys, this is a Robert Sorby shear scraper with the teardrop cutter on. If you haven't got one of these, you need one. They are brilliant. Anyway, what I started doing is I used to use the what they call it, the burr left on by the sharpening process, which I still do. But once that burr's gone, I will then flatten it off using a slipstone, a ceramic slipstone. I will then get the ticketing tool. I'm not going to do it because this has been freshly sharpened. And you run this, applying pressure to the edge, round there. I hope you can see that. You run it round the edge of the blade of the scraper, and that will create, let me just put this down. What that will do is it will create a lot more resilient burr or hook on that tool. Now, I tried it on normal flat scrapers for wood turning, and it was a complete failure. The hook was too large, very vicious, they were too grabby, it was a nightmare. But when applied to a shear scraper that is held at a 45-degree angle, works very well. Now then, off the burr that's produced from the grinder, I was maybe getting 10 minutes worth of use. Let's say 10 minutes. I don't know what it is, but let's just for instance say 10 minutes of use. I would then, when it went dull, I would then get rid of that burr, ticket it, so it created another burr, and that ticketed burr would last for a good 15 minutes, so would last longer. Once that had gone, you can re-ticket it, and it will reform that burr back again. And you can do that 2 or 3 times before you have to go back to the grinder. So, and because it's at 45 degrees, that burr doesn't get the chance to grab like it does on a normal flat scraper You know, on a flat scraper it would grab because the hook is too pronounced. Well, at 45 degrees that hook isn't too pronounced. In fact, it works better. It works really well. I've been using that technique for a couple of years now, and it works brilliant. And it also saves you metal because you're not going back to the grinder every time. Really does work. So get yourself a ticketer. You can pick one up for literally a few pound. You can pay a lot of money. I've got a ticketing bar in the house that cost, I think it was about £60. But this particular one that I'm using, that I've just showed you, that one was about £6, I think. I made the handle, set it into the handle, and it works a treat. It just basically it just forms a burr, and once that burr's worn away, you can then use it again to reform that burr. And you can, as I say, you can get 2 or 3 burrs before you have to go back to the grinder. It's a good hint. If you can understand what I'm telling you, it's a really good hint. If you can't understand it, I'm sorry, but I can't explain it any other way. But if you can understand it, it's a really good hint. Normally on a flat scraper, that burr that's created, that hook on the edge, would be too pronounced, too vicious. You know, it would grab too quickly. But because it's held at a 45-degree angle, it doesn't matter. It's not too vicious. In fact, it works better. Right guys, just thought I'd throw that one in. That's a really good hint, that. Of all the hints and tips, that's one of the best. One of the Rolls Royce of hints. Right guys, take care in those workshops. I'm going to get off, and I'm going back in the house because it's too warm in this here shed / workshop. Catch you later guys, bye bye now.